You're listening to the Major Pod Network, the only place where your favorite toy store, bar, arcade, and arena are all on the same block. Scratch that major itch.
Welcome, everyone, to MC True Long Island Story, episode 29. I am your host, always ready, the internet champion, the GCW World Champion, Matt Cardona.
Also here, producer of the show, Smart Mark Sterling Esquire. How was your weekend, man?
Hell of a loop. Went to Alaska.
Oh, yeah, baby. I completely forgot.
I think it's like Lawrence Taylor at WrestleMania. First time, last time, only time. I can't foresee ever going back. Ever.
Was the views were nice, though?
Yeah, listen, it was beautiful. It was cool. It was definitely a bucket list situation. I've never wrestled in Alaska before. Mm-hmm. And the weather wasn't so bad because it was summertime, you know?
Right.
I could not imagine going back when it was really, really cold. I've heard stories that you can throw a cup of coffee into the air and it'll freeze and shatter.
I saw some clips of people talking and you could see their breath. So it was kind of chilly, right?
No, not at all. I wouldn't say that at all.
Oh, I saw a video from somebody who was talking. Maybe they were, maybe it was raining or something.
I mean, it wasn't summer like Florida or New York summer.
Right.
But it was fine. And the shows were cool. It was fun. Wrestled the BWO. Wrestled Luke Hawks, PJ Hawks. It was fun. But the travel sucked.
I'm sure.
Just 2 long flights. And, for 2 days, for 2 shows, I was essentially gone for 4 days.
Insane.
So
that kind of travel's wild.
But it had to be done. So thank you, Kevin Matthews. Thank you, WrestlePro Alaska. But I don't think I'll be coming on the next loop.
Well, there'll be a nice little vlog coming up onto our channel. Did Brian film for that vlog?
He definitely filmed a couple things.
Okay, I'll talk to him tonight about it.
I sent it over. It's in my
I got
files.
yours. Oh, you sent Brian's too?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So if there's things like out of order, that's because it's like his just showed up, either before or after my clips. You can figure it out.
We'll figure it out. All righty. Follow-up from last week, Zaid Ashraf says, that rap is my favorite broski of the week. Very underrated one for sure. And the person who did it reached out. He is still active. He has a podcast.
Still here.
He has a podcast on the What's Next network. Part of Post, they came from Post Wrestling. I'm not sure if they're still affiliated, but
okay, that's cool.
So he's still involved in wrestling in some way, so that's pretty cool.
All right.
Harry Flynn, big thanks to Harry Flynn. He always posts nicely on the videos. When we're like, I'm not sure if so and so had this match then. He always posts the correct information, so thank you very much.
Okay.
He says Justin Roberts debuted on episode 23 during the Ultimate Warrior versus Ultimate Broski match. He was the ring announcer.
Justin Roberts, he texted me. Let me read the text.
Perfect. I told him, I said, when I saw him, I said, you were a big topic of conversation.
Did you post the picture?
Yeah, it's in the thing, yes.
Oh, okay, because I didn't see it on the social media clip.
No, it came out after that.
Oh, okay. How would I come after that?
Because you said, maybe post the picture, and then we put it in there.
Oh, okay. So he sent it to me. He just sent me like a screenshot that he was listening and wrote, LOL, thanks. And I said, I hope I didn't bury you, LOL. I forgot what I said. He said, you started to and then went the other direction, haha. All the earlier episodes you talked about riding with everyone else. I thought for a minute it was my imagination that I was there until this episode. So Justin was there. He's still here. And hopefully he gets that AEW figure. Jeremy, are you listening?
Hell yeah.
Make him.
Pablo Santillan, you can hear the person filming the Scott Sanford Justin Roberts. You can hear the person laughing while he's filming the Scott Sanford Justin Roberts portion. Was that you or is that somebody else?
I mean, it had to have been me.
Really?
I didn't catch the laughing part.
No, he could hear it.
I mean, I guess it wouldn't necessarily have to have been me, but
yeah, it could have been somebody else.
But why? Yeah, I just feel like why wouldn't it be me?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Stanford did it and send it to you.
I mean, that's also possible. Hey, Stanford, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Scott Stanford.
Today, as we record.
Yes, and then also in the episode, obviously, it would have been his birthday, and we say it.
That's awesome. Happy birthday, buddy. All right, that's it for me. What do you got for follow-up?
Do you frequent sportskita.com?
I do occasionally see clickbaity articles.
Oh, this is ultimate clickbaity. 6 WWE/WCW stars who refuse to shake another wrestler's hand. Number 1. Do you know what number 1 is?
Number 1, if we're going backwards, I'm not sure. Tell me.
So number 6.
Yep.
Andre the Giant initially refused to shake Shawn Michaels' hand in WWE. That's number 6 on the list.
Okay.
Okay. So let's go to number 5. Number 5 on the list. Oh my God, that's on my cell phone. So many clickbaities. Jesus Christ.
Oh, you
Number
have
5.
to click a zillion.
China did not shake Jazz's hand in WWE.
Huh. Okay.
Now I don't know how true these all are. I'm just reading off this list. Chris Masters did not shake Bob Holly's hand in WWE. Oh my God, Chris.
Wow.
Not a good move.
Yeah. I wonder why.
He was crowded with 3 other guys, and I didn't want to interrupt, so I just went to my bag. Masters said, Bob really took that as a sign of disrespect, like I was shunning him, or like I purposely didn't go to greet him. He was upset. I can believe that. Chris Masters really killing it, in the NWA. So congrats to Chris Masters or Chris Adonis.
Hell yeah.
Okay, let's go to the next one on the list. Number 3 and 2, Lex Luger and WCW Hall of Famer Sting refused to shake Vampiro's hand in WCW. Again, I don't know how true this is. I'm just reading the list.
Right.
And number 1. The number 1 refusal of handshake in wrestling history, according to Sportskita. Triple H did not shake Matt Cardona's hand in WWE. So we just talked about this on MC Trilling Out Story.
He takes your slit your throat story.
The right in the jugular story.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And it's funny because a lot of people have sent this to me, but the first person who sent it to me was the merchandise guy who was there, who I talk about in the story.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You were talking to the merchandise guy. Maybe he's got like a Google alert for WWE merchandise guy. So he got the article.
Sure. But
that's pretty cool.
I thought it was cool.
I knew that this podcast would get some clickbaity articles. Wasn't sure which episodes.
Right. So
I thought maybe the Big O Kelly storyline would get some clickbaity articles, but I guess not.
No love for the Big O.
Yeah. All right. Anything else?
That's all I got for follow-up and housekeeping. It's funny because we'll talk about this on the Major Pod. I have been trying to clean my garage, and I just have a whole corner of my garage that's just Matt Cardona / Zack Ryder merch, memorabilia, and it's like such a trip down memory lane going through some of that stuff. I'm like, oh my God, they made a Japanese fan with my face on it? Like, it's all crazy stuff from that Zack Ryder era. So I found these giant orange Broski sunglasses that the Big Show wore when I teamed with him in Japan.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
crazy stuff. I should post some pictures, just some random stuff. Like, what's it called? Like a photo dump?
Oh, yeah.
I should like a Broski photo dump.
You should get a Tumblr.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do Broski of the Week. But before we do that, let's hear a little word from our sponsors.
The Major Pod Network has a new tag team partner, Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Everybody needs some liquid courage to make their own weekly purchases. Scratch that figure itch and scratch that PBR itch.
Get your PBR beer, get your PBR hard coffee, and get your PBR stronger seltzer.
8%? If you're listening to this, you're already a major mark. Now it's time to become a major PBR mark.
Use the hashtag MajorPBR and post your pictures and videos of you major marking out.
Pabst Blue Ribbon and the Major Pod Network, the new tag team champions of the world.
Of the world!
But we're definitely not getting any new figures from Mattel.
Broski of the week.
Take it away.
First of all, PBR, baby. Major
Hell,
PBR.
yes.
Stronger seltzer. I got the lime right now. That 8%. Did you see the picture I posted this weekend? Or by the time you listen to this, last weekend. Oh, look at that. Of my GCW title in the fridge with all my PBRs.
Oh, hell yeah. Got some coffee. You had some seltzers.
I cleaned out my fridge this week.
Okay. So you can fit a belt.
Well, I had to.
Right.
I got a big GCW title match this Saturday in Chi-Town.
We hanging out?
We are not. I have to prepare.
When is that? Is that Friday night?
No, I just said Saturday night.
Okay, Saturday night. Okay.
Friday, I will be at WrestlePro taking on Dan Moff. And then get on a flight, going to GCW. I'm going to take a little swig of this PBR.
I think I might have to go check that defense out, dude. I'll be in town.
As of this recording, I mean, right now I'm currently the GCW World Champion. But by the time this comes out, I will have shown the world the GCW Universal Championship Purple Spinner Velcro. It is a heat magnet.
Hell yeah.
Long Island heat. You know
I
what
love
I'm saying?
it.
Long Island heat.
Perfect.
Anyway.
Did you pick a broski?
Of course I did. If you're the broski of the week, this is what you got to do. Or to be the broski of the week, this is what you got to do. Leave a review wherever you listen to this podcast. Please, guys. 5 stars. Great review. Screenshot it. Tweet it to me. Go to my Twitter, @TheMattCardona. Find my pinned tweet. That's a tweet at the top. Quote tweet that. And in that quote tweet, post the picture of the review and use the hashtag broski of the week. You will get 8x10 autographed. Also available on MattCardonaMerch.com. You will get the Broski of the Week headband available on MattCardonaMerch.com. And guys, I bring these to the merch tables. Not many left. So get them now. And the Broski of the Week sticker only available to the Broski of the Week. So give me a little drum roll. Give me a little drum roll. You're not giving me a drum roll, bro. Mark.
Yeah.
Give me a drum roll.
I'm drumming, dude.
Okay,
Maybe you can't hear it. You can't hear it, but they can hear it.
Broski of the Week at WWE Dylan S.
Dylan Postel.
Dylan Swaggle? No, I don't think so. This podcast makes me feel so nostalgic. I started to be a Matt Cardona fan in 2009. When ZTLIS debuted, I immediately fell in love. I turned my mom into a Matt Cardona fan as well as my sister. I stayed a Matt fan through the years, the highs and the lows. Well, thank you for that. There were a bunch of both. Even now, people around my town know me as the Broski or Matt Cardona fan. Matt overcoming obstacle after obstacle mirrors my life and always, with a Z, reminds me to stay motivated. Hear Matt and the forever intelligent Smart Mark recount the episodes that turned me into the Major Mark and Broski that I am now. These episodes fly by just like the original ZTLIS used to. Thanks, Matt, for everything. WWWYKI, bro. Well, Dylan, you are the Broski of the Week. Take a swig of your Major PBR.
Cheers.
Cheers, baby.
Okay. Tweets this week. You went, I think you did a photo dump 10 years ago because there is like 20 pictures of you like tweeting at somebody with like a picture and they're all from this Y-Frog thing.
Oh, you can't see what they are.
Yeah, you can't see it. So it's like, I saw Ziggler at such and such, and then there's a picture. So it's clearly a joke, but I have no idea what they were. So there's a ton of those. I think you did a photo dump of some sort. But you also say, August 28th, WWE Magazine has sexy superfan in every issue. Should Z True Long Island Story have something like sexy brosket every week? Good thing you didn't do that. August 30th, happy birthday to my broski Scott Stanford. August 31st, you said, now this is great. You say, would anybody be interested if I auctioned off autographed props from Z True Long Island Story? Same Matt. Same Matt.
I'm a businessman.
Hell yeah, I love it. Did you end up ever doing that? Auctioning props back then?
Not sure.
I feel like you would remember.
It was 10 years ago.
Here's a different, but come on. That's pretty cool. Here's a different Matt, August 25th. quote, I always wear flex fit hats at the gym, at bars, at dinner, etc. Who wants Barry DeVillain and WWE Shop to make a flex fit broski hat? First of all,
They did.
they did.
They did.
Okay.
I do not wear flex fits anymore.
And that's what I'm saying. Very unlike
I
those.
am now either a flat brim snapback or like a trucker hat guy.
Yep.
But I used to wear the flex fit, and WWE ended up making one. It's not like a flex fit, the brand, but it's the same style.
Yeah.
It was cool because you wore it backwards, looked like you were wearing a broski headband.
Aha.
Yeah.
Well, flex fits are great for gym hats, so you're right. August 31st, you tweet at ShaneHelmsCom. You say, my girlfriend broke up with me and took the pillows when she moved out. Blame it on the Shane. I just put this here because Shane Helms, a guy who was one of the first, in my memory, was one of the first wrestlers to get on Twitter. He's always like ahead of the curve. He's still hilarious on Twitter. Still great.
Shane had a podcast very early on.
Yeah.
Highway to Helms. Shane and Lance Storm, I remember, both had Q&As on their websites. And I'd be always, anxious to see what they had to say because I felt like they were really interacting with the fans. And you could tell it was really them, not like some PWI article.
Right.
So I was always a big Shane Helms fan. Sensation of Innovation. That was the only reason I was watching Thunder for the Verta Breaker.
Oh, hell yeah.
And then when he came to WWE, and he tells the story as Gregory Helms, I was like, oh, God. They took everything away from him. In his debut match, they took away his name, his music, his moves, his dancers. They like totally stripped him.
Yeah.
So when he became Hurricane Helms, I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he's back. I had all the merch, all the Hurricane merch. And then the Invasion, WCW loses, he's gone. But he comes back as Hurricane. I was super pumped. And I was very fortunate to work with him in the WWECW.
Oh, yeah.
I had a little storyline with him. And then I was able to work with him, as a producer. He's a producer in WWE. I'm a talent. So Shane Helms, awesome dude.
Yep.
He actually gave me one of the official WWE masks from back in the day. We had that on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, check that out. Look for that.
Shane Helms, awesome dude. I love Sugar Shane. Man, somebody who I think, I don't want to say he's underrated, but he's underrated, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree. But he's still, doing it well in professional wrestling to this day. So hats off to him. And I will always look at him as a pioneer in this interactive internet space.
He gets it 100%.
Yeah. Matches you had this week. So on Friday, 8/26/11, Mason Ryan defeats Zack Ryder at a house show in Mississippi St. Fair Coliseum in Jackson, Mississippi. 2 days later, on Sunday, Mason Ryan defeats Zack Ryder at a WWE house show at the Verizon Arena in North Little Rock, Arkansas.
I wonder why there's an off day there.
Yeah, and then the 29th
check if there's
is
really an off day. I don't buy it.
Well, maybe you didn't have a match. I don't know.
Doesn't make sense, no.
And then obviously there's Raw, and we'll talk about what you do on Raw. And then you are at SmackDown, I'm assuming, for backstage stuff, but you film a match. You defeat Tyson Kidd in 4 minutes and 43 seconds on the Superstars. That is filmed at SmackDown at the Intrust Bank Arena in Wichita, Kansas. So long loop for you. And then really, if you look at next week, like you're back on the road like 2.5 days later, wrestling more house show matches.
Listen, it was tough during this time, especially as the show was getting more and more popular. Because at this point, like 9.5 out of 10, I'm on the live events for Raw.
Yep.
And then I go to SmackDown, get home Wednesday. By the time I actually get to my apartment, it's probably like noon.
Yep.
So I have like a day and a half to film, edit, work out, socialize, go on a date. My routine would be like Wednesday night, date night, with some random girl looking for the next, brosket. And then Thursday would be like out with the boys. And then usually Friday morning, my parents would come pick me up in my apartment and I'd be hungover AF and they take me to the airport.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And then you would edit like during Thursday.
Like Thursday night before I went out. Yeah.
Okay. And then it went up Thursday. It went up Thursday night before you went out?
It would typically go up Thursday before I went out. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty wild. And like I'm saying, you can see your schedule picking up. Like when we started doing the show, we had those. You were like on 1 week, off 1 week, on 1 week, off 2 weeks, off. That kind of thing. Now you're on every house show loop, and you're winning. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
In the WWE, August 29th, Tulsa, Oklahoma, at the BOK Center, 3.1 rating. Nash and CM Punk are feuding, and Cena is feuding on the top with John Laurinaitis. And then the next night is actually a live Super SmackDown. It airs on Tuesday night, August 30th, at the Intrust Bank Arena, like I mentioned, Wichita, Kansas. 2.2 rating on Sci-Fi. Orton versus Christian in a steel cage main event that went 20 minutes.
Wow.
So they would do those live SmackDowns from time to time. Different feel for live SmackDowns versus taped SmackDowns?
Oh, yeah. I don't recall them doing many live SmackDowns on Tuesdays.
No? Well, when would they do it?
I don't recall them ever really doing a live SmackDown.
Oh,
Obviously,
they do
they did.
it.
You just told me about it.
They do it from time to time. I mean, they still.
Well, now it's live.
Well, now it's live, but for years. I mean, from time to time, once or twice a year.
I mean, obviously, it's a huge difference.
Right.
Live
right.
versus taped.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, for me, there's always pressure, but there's even more pressure when the red light's on.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. All right, episode 29. You open in an arena at a house show. That's pretty cool.
I think that's Raw. I think that's what I'm doing, and we'll talk about it later.
Oh, the Superstars episode. Okay.
No, I think it's. Oh, is it? Oh, maybe it is Superstars. You're right. Because I have Superstars. That's right.
Yeah.
So I just I fill myself with the flip,
Yep.
kind of opening, and then it splices into me, internet champion, in the dining room with no backdrop.
Now, would you do that because you didn't want to say internet champion to the live crowd, or no? Or you just wanted to be back in the house?
Just have both. Yeah.
One thing I noticed back in the house, little beard ski going.
Little stubble, 5 o'clock shadow. Maybe that's why, if we can insert this, I'm looking at it right now, my brawling buddy has a 5 o'clock shadow, a.k.a. a gray beard.
Ah, right.
Insert that Mattel brawling buddy. Maybe they took a picture from that day.
Right.
I don't know. In retrospect, I wish I would have kept that. Look a little harder.
Yeah, it looked pretty cool.
Yeah. They got like a Razor Ramon stubble.
Beards are in now, so. All right, Big O promo. He is talking crap to Morrison for following him and then unfollowing him.
Which is something that definitely happened. And as I was watching, I was like, oh, another Big O, like just throwaway. But then it gets good. We get down and we put some meat on those bones,
Oh, my God. So, yeah. So he calls them, first of all, some choice names.
A lot of bleep in here.
A lot of bleeps.
I must have figured out how to use the bleep button.
Right. I like that. So then, obviously, your dad's pissed off. You can't talk about Morrison
He's
like
a
that.
mofo. He's a mofo.
And then he takes the shirt off, and they have a flex off. Your dad looking jacked.
He's a little hard time taking that shirt off.
Right. I could hear him go, ugh.
Like Lex Luger in one of those. Remember that Lex Luger promo where he can't get it off?
Oh my God, yeah. So one thing that I noted,
down.
Yes, later on in the show, I feel these interactions, like the Big O, Dad, Chiappetta stuff. It's like there's more skits with them. So this is like one of the first times that you're really you're taking this Big O character.
That's right.
And the Dad character, and now they're interacting.
It's like when two superhero characters meet.
Yeah.
Yes. I
Yes.
mean, not really, but in my universe it was.
Oh,
in the Broski universe it was.
100%.
I like how he called John Morrison a parkour.
That's choice words, like I said.
Choice words.
Happy birthday, Scott Stanford. You got a little graphic there?
Him and his I think it's a golden retriever.
I have no idea. I'm not
Happy
a dog
birthday,
guy.
Scott.
I'm going to get so much heat for that. Next clip. I have no clue what this is. There is a blurry man dancing. Who is that?
So that's my youngest brother, and who to this day still does weird videos on his social media. I don't know if this was going to be like a thing where I tried to incorporate him into the show.
Okay.
I might do it another time or two, but obviously I don't continue to do it. yeah, I think this was just something that I was trying, and not that it didn't necessarily work. It's just I don't think we went through with it.
I watched it a few times. I'm like, is that Matt? Like, I don't think that's Matt. And then I'm like, what wrestler is that?
That's something I just like took off my brother's social media.
Right.
I don't even know if I asked him if I could do it.
He sues you. You picked your broski of the week this week in the crowd while you're doing your superstars thing. So it's a little kid. You give him a shirt. You say "woo woo." You know, that's a nice little moment. He was excited.
Then I explained like to be broski of the week, bring a sign, dress like me. This was something, and I think I talked about it a couple months ago. Like Stephanie McMahon talked to me about doing this at shows, and we never really pulled the trigger on it. It was kind of like dipping like your toe in the water, but never really jumped in.
Well, that kid was excited as hell.
Yeah, I think it could have worked, but we didn't really go all in with it.
You get a nice little Ask the Heel segment. Somebody asks...
Vertical camera, Ziggs. Come on, dude.
You did your best.
I didn't film that.
No, I'm saying you did your best to kind of hide it. You zoomed in a little bit. He talks about how does he know if he's over. Does a nice promo, great verbiage, all like heel stuff. One thing that popped me, he said A-Rye has the it factor, and then moves his head aside and goes, height. And then he says at the end, Beulah, let me know when you start the camera. I don't know what that joke was.
That's Tommy Dreamer's wife.
Right. Okay, so that was some sort of joke there to Tommy Dreamer. Great. I mean, his like he obviously thought about this. He wrote it. It was like nicely worded, really funny, clever stuff.
I mean, now we all know he can talk. He has the DZ comedy.
Yep.
You know, he talks on WWE TV. But then he wasn't really getting that opportunity. So I'm not saying I gave him his big break, but I'm saying I gave him his big break.
Right. And we sort of talked about this, but he obviously put time into this. And this is not something where like, Ziggs, like, send me the video, please, for this week. Or is it like, I want to do this on your show. I will send you this.
At this point, it's like, okay, we're going to do this every week.
Okay. And he knows.
Yeah.
You say you want to know the most annoying sound in the world, and then you play a clip of The Miz saying "I'm awesome," and then you say "just kidding, it's actually," and then you play. Yeah, you don't like
really
the
popular in like bars and clubs and songs at the time, and I hated it.
It ruins songs. It ruins songs.
Oh God, the worst.
Sign of the week is a multi-person woo woo woo. You know it? Like I counted like 6 or 7 dudes.
And I love it this time. We have to just cut it down to sign of the week. We can't even show all the signs.
Yeah, it's great.
Which is awesome.
Talk about Jordan Knight. He is in New Kids on the Block. You show this tweet interaction where you say, Jordan Knight, you're the man. And he says, no, you are the man, Zack Ryder.
Oh, yeah. That really got me.
Of course.
Time. Oh, yeah. Jordan Knight. New Kids on the Block. I had his doll when I was a kid. Don't call them Barbie dolls. They were New Kids on the Block dolls.
Right.
I love New Kids. To this day, I still love New Kids. And then, I transitioned it into a little singing New Kids on the Block skit. And I'm actually wearing a shirt that I bought at their concert like 2 years prior.
Right, because they had a little tour.
Oh, yeah. That was like their comeback in 2000. So I guess 2008?
Yeah.
Maybe, but 2009 I went to their concert.
I distinctly remember.
Maybe the best concert I've ever seen to this day.
And that was with NSYNC? It was...
No, that's NKOTBSB. And then I promised the world I would be in NKOTBSBZ. That never happened. But I never saw that. But that's when like Kevin left the Backstreet Boys. It wasn't the same.
Oh, right.
Yeah, he left. He wasn't the same.
Right. Okay, and then you have that little graphic of that where you're at the end. I think we've showed that before. We've talked about it.
We have in one of the earlier episodes.
Yep.
Little callback to Big Manu.
All right, now this is got to be an all-time segment. All-time segment. I'm going to lay back and let you explain how this happens. But during commercial of Raw, seemingly, you come out, you cut a promo, and you get RKO'd. I'm going to let you take it from there.
So Orton's the champ at this time. I'm the internet champ. And this was... WWE does this every couple years. Like, we should do something during commercial and air it somewhere. They do it every once in a while.
Yeah.
They get on big kicks every once in a while. And they were in the middle of one of those kicks.
This seems like hard. It's like a whole multiple extra segments to plan for.
Like
And time.
Even before we got released, they were doing something like that where like people would come out and cut promos.
Yeah.
And Brian and I were trying to get that Gratitude Era gimmick across during these commercial promos. Right. Anyway, so Orton's in the ring. I come out. I say something like, I have whatever. I think it's 28 episodes, over 4 million views. I'm the internet champion. Do you want to be the Broski of the week? You can be the RK-Broski of the week. And now he's a part of RK Bros, Tag Team Champions. Guys, I know this is going to be clickbait, but I'm the original bro. I'm sorry. I mean, that's all. Matt Riddle, great dude, great bro. He's my bro, I think. I like Matt, but I'm the original bro, guys.
Oh, hell yeah, for sure.
But he could probably kick my ass, so.
Yeah, well, they're the RK Bro. You wanted to be the RK Broski.
RK-Broskis.
Right.
So he's contemplating it, and then bam, RKO out of nowhere.
I love that you had your clips, and then you cut to the TV clips. So great.
Yeah.
So great. Yeah.
It was awesome. I mean, that's such a good rub, right? The WWE champion, or is he World Heavyweight champion? Whatever he is.
He was SmackDown champion, yeah.
Okay.
Whatever
so
belt
maybe that was done during that SmackDown, that live SmackDown. Raw.
Well, he was on both.
Oh, he was
shows.
on both. Then who knows?
Yeah.
And
you say Raw, so.
Okay, then it was Raw.
Yeah. But pretty cool thing. He was fine to do it.
Sure.
Yeah.
I wasn't, not that I'm super tight with Randy now, but I'm a lot tighter with him now than I was then.
Right.
Randy Orton has changed over the years.
Really?
Yes. In a good way.
Oh, so he's a nicer guy.
Yeah, way nicer.
Okay. Well, that's good.
He's a family man now.
I was just going to say, the kids mellow you up. Yeah. All right. So then that's kind of it. And then at the very end, this was funny. There's just one frame of Chiappetta. I couldn't even take a picture of it. One frame of
He's in his
Chiappetta.
Doug's Funny outfit, a.k.a. a Broski t-shirt.
Right. Thought that was great. Okay. So that's it for the show. Any other notes before we go to commercial here?
That's all I got.
Okay. So let's head to commercial and we'll finish out this show. And we are back. Do you have an Are You Serious Bro?
Are you serious, bro?
I do. Are You Serious Bro? Tweet of the week. All you got to do is tweet me something using the hashtag Are You Serious Bro? If it pops me, I'll read it on here, and you will get the 8x10. This one comes from @TheBlot Says. Murder, death, Cardona, hashtag MDC all day. Honored to add @the Matt Cardona's pants from his now legendary death match with Nick effing Gage, where Matt won the @GC Wrestling World Title, became the death match king, to my wrestling memorabilia collection. Thanks, Matt. If we could post a tweet, he actually bought my pants.
Oh,
He
nice.
bought my pants. And guys, that's a perfect segue into this Friday, tomorrow. MattCardonaMerch.com at noon, 11:30 a.m. for major pod Patreon members.
Okay.
The world title plaque. That's right. At WrestleMania 12, Shawn won the world title. You got his autograph. You got a piece of the canvas. Well, now I win my world title, the GCW world title. You will get an autograph photo and a piece of my bloody shirt. Only 150 were made. But full disclosure, I'm going to keep about 10, 15 of them. So there's going to be less than 150 for sale. And these are going to go quick. Noon, MattCardonaMerch.com. And I will say this. I even got my good friend, the WWE merch guy, to put me in contact with who makes the plaques for WWE. So they're like pretty much the same.
This is legit. This is super cool. I think it's one of the coolest things that you've made, for sure.
I think it's one of the most obnoxious and coolest things I've ever made.
Oh, yeah.
I think for the people who hate me think this is like bullshit, and the people who love me think it's the greatest.
I think it's the greatest.
I love it.
All right, so we kind of already answered these questions, but the Know Your Bro asked us a question on Twitter. Very easy to win this thing. Use the hashtag Know Your Bro. Ask it about the episode. Joey Beans, @JoeyBeansLI, asks, in episode 29, you foreshadowed RK Bro 10 years before Riddle. So he makes note of that. But he says, was that the beard before the beard? I guess it was, right?
I never, in my whole life, never grew a full beard.
Until now.
Whenever I started growing it, which was the beginning of 2016.
Mm-hmm.
I always had maybe a handful of times I had stubble shaped up, but never fully committed to the beard. And then for some reason, I don't know what made me decide. I think I look way better with a beard.
We all shaved our beards before COVID, and we were all immediately regretted it.
Right at COVID.
Yeah, right, exactly. We regretted it.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's videos on our YouTube of that, but don't watch them.
So I remember, I might have told this story before, but when I started growing out the beard, so it's early 2016, and we were in California for WWE, myself, Ziggler, Miz, and we were going to go to a Playboy Mansion party. And I was so excited because I had never been to the Playboy Mansion.
Right.
And I don't know if Miz was ribbing me or if he was serious, but was trying to convince me that they wouldn't let me in with my beard because it wasn't quite a beard. Because it was he thought he was considering it dirty stubble, and he said I look dirty, but it was shaped up, and I refused to cut it.
Right.
And then, long story short, the valet at Raw or SmackDown where we were couldn't find my car. We ended up being late, and we couldn't get into the Playboy Mansion. But the best part of the whole night was Miz being literally outside the gates to the Playboy Mansion, and you know how Miz is, you could tell it was I was disappointed, but it was eating him up inside that people were seeing him not getting in. You know what I'm saying?
That's great. And it had nothing to do with your beard.
Had nothing to do with my beard. And then we ended up partying at his house. So it was a great night anyway. But to this day, I have never been to the Playboy Mansion. So if you're listening, Playboy
Mansion,
I'd love to come. Is that even a thing anymore?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Characters debuted. I'm going to give Randy Orton.
Yeah. It's my footage.
And then returning Big O and Dad. And then this episode clocks in at 241,474 views. It's 5 minutes and 25 seconds. I think a great episode. That Randy Orton clip, all-timer. I think it's one of the best, coolest. Maybe not one of the most remembered, but one of the coolest things you've done so far.
And what sucks is at this time, I don't quite know how to do thumbnails. So I would have made Orton my thumbnail.
Oh my God, yeah.
I didn't know how to do that. So it was just an automatic random thing.
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't know how to do that. Imagine that Randy Orton, World Heavyweight Champion, is a thumbnail.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So, ProWrestlingTees.com/MajorWF for shirts for this show. Also, ProWrestlingTees.com/Matt Cardona. ProWrestlingTees.com/SmartMarkSterling. Today, I'm wearing, gifted to me at Live 9, the Card Foundation shirt by them. Very nice of Paul. This Card Foundation is, they gave it you one, but I think you left it.
No. I declined it because I don't wear black shirts.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, Card Foundation podcast on our network. Check them out. They talk about wrestling cards and the information. If you're a card person at all thinking about it.
It's a great show. I'm not, listen, I'm into Matt Cardona cards, Chelsea Green cards, Major Pod cards, and old school PSA graded cards.
Yeah.
But I still listen to them, full disclosure, when I finish listening to all my podcasts, I need something to listen to.
No,
but
I get it.
I'm thoroughly entertained by it.
It's a great show. Entertaining, and the information is needed if you're in that space.
Oh, yeah.
So I think they handle that space like we handle the.
I'm not sure if there's another wrestling card podcast out there.
Right. Well, this is the definitive, in my opinion.
This is the major one.
Yes. So they do a great job. That's it. I have nothing else to plug. What about you? I will plug this. If you're in the Chicago area, a lot of AEW shows this week. And so if you can make them, check it out.
Hell yeah. ProWrestlingTees.com/Matt Cardona. ProWrestlingTees.com/Major WF Pod. MattCardonaMerch.com. Remember, the plaque goes on sale Friday, tomorrow. Yep. But I just put a lot of cool stuff up there. I put up a lot of, because I do sell signed Zack Ryder Mattel Retros, but I had a bunch that I used in that match with EC3 on damaged carding. So I opened them up and signed them loose. So I have some
nice.
loose signed ones up there.
Match
the
used.
headbands. And, match used. They are match used.
Yeah.
A lot of cool stuff up there, guys. And, the Facebook situation, I don't know what the going on. Maybe by the time this podcast ends, we'll figure it out. But like me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter. Go back and watch all these episodes. Leave comments. Do all that. Subscribe, baby. Oh, real quick. Is this the bonus show on the Major Respiratory Podcast feed this week?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It
so
is.
you might be listening to this twice. Listen to it twice! And buy all the merch and take care. Take a swig of your PBR and spike your hair.
Just